So this is just a brief look at sort of the table plan. So all I've done is just put down my timbers there. So coming along this section will be main straight. So that'll be 2 tables there. And then sort of 1.5 tables in the corner there, branching round. Then back to another 2 tables, and then joining further back up to mirror the other side back there. So that will then be 1.5 tables in there. The reason that I've made it into tables is so that I can, if needed, dismantle each table down, and then it will fit through the loft hatch with it only being 2 foot wide, and then I can keep most of the track on it and scenic wise as well. So when there's a break in the tables, that's where I'll place like the fish plates and stuff, so that I can disconnect the track without having to cut it, and then it can be put back up if needs be. But my overall plan is to pretty much stay here in this house for quite a long time. So I don't think it's going to move anytime soon, but I didn't want to fix anything really to like the walls or anything like that and make something that I couldn't take down easily if worst came to the worst. So I hope you can kind of clearly see a little bit more of the size that it will be, and kind of a little bit of the plan of how the baseboards will be. I'll have it like these, double battened either side, some strengthers in the middle, and then table legs coming up. So what I'm going to do first is probably work on this back section piece here, and then work on this part down this end, follow it through down on this part, because the measurements will be pretty much the same from that section, and then the measurements from this end will then complete that end. I'm thinking either maybe a lift out section or something. I'm not 100% sure yet, purely because that's the corner where the loft hatch is. So as you can see, some boards there, you just go down by that chimney bit, and then I've got the loft hatch down that side. I've started clearing down some of the dust and stuff up here. That's probably why I sound a little bit muffled, because I've got a face mask on, and just because it's now got really dusty up here. So yeah, and then like I say, eventually I've just loosely put some boards in on that corner, and these at the very edge are just offcuts, and because I won't be walking on them, I've just placed them there without having to fix them down. But I don't know if you can see, but the very sort of this line here is all fixed down bar this one here, because then that will be the continuation to take it up in down that end. And then today's work I've just done, it's a bit messy, but I've done 2 sets of boards that are secured in down there, and then these 2 here are still to secure down, and then to box in that line where all this stuff is exposed as well. But I hope you can kind of get the gist of what it's going to be like. So I'm just in the process at the moment of just clearing up the space ready. So I'm going to go downstairs, cut up all the baseboards, which are the same length as those battens there, but width wise is about 4 foot in width. So I'm going to cut it straight down the middle, make it 2 foot wide, which will then fit through the hatch. Hence the reason why from the board there to the wall will be 2 foot, because then I know that that will then slot back down. So And then obviously with the curves and stuff, I will have to put some sort of MDF corners in there, which would be good. And then I've got all this space down in the middle here, which I'm thinking of making sort of like a little desk or workbench area here, and I can have my chair, workbench, and then I've still got plenty of room to be able to walk down either side and all the way around the layout as well. And that was the most important part for me, because obviously having different scenes in different corners, and then this corner and that corner, 4 different scenes, that'll be 4 different viewing angles, so it's quite important that I'll be able to reach with the 4 different cameras that I'll have. And then hopefully for like running sessions as well, I'll be able to have definitely 4 areas of the layout. Not going to overcomplicate it with loads of cameras, but as time progresses and stuff, I might be able to get some more cameras up here. But hopefully for Wednesday's live stream, I'll just have a couple of cameras on. And then at least, like I say, one of these tables or a couple of these tables should be done. And then I can start drawing up some track plans. I'll probably get some of the flexi track out and stuff and kind of sort of show you, so you guys can let me know if you think that it's, you know, maybe a 2-track lower and then a 2-track higher, or a 3-track and a 1-track. But yeah, I don't have anything like any rail or anything like that yet to design some layouts and stuff, working on sizes, so I'm pretty much going to just probably do it by hand. I'll probably just draw some stuff up, or unless there's anybody that's got some, or has got any rail and fancies doing some designing of a bit of a track plan for me, I can sort of give you the measurements and stuff like that. Maybe you can come up with a few ideas. That would all be really appreciated. But if not, then like I say, we'll just sit down on Wednesday and just mock up some ideas, and hopefully, like I say, have a couple of baseboards that I can just sort of mark out a few plans and just see the sizes of the tracks on a 2-foot board. It's quite hard to imagine what 2 foot is without measuring it properly and then putting the track on it and stuff like that, and making sure that there's enough clearance. So yeah, we'll see what that entails. But I do like the sound of having a slightly higher leveled DCC line that I can run a few DCC trains on in the future. Just think it sort of visually will look a little bit better as well. Yeah, so on with the next part of the progress, and I will update you on where I'm up to with the baseboards. So this is all the table put together. I've just loosely put the plywood on top, but as you can see, pretty much spot on there. And then I'll take you underneath, you can kind of see the construction that I've done. So I've got 2 brackets on the inside holding that, and then looking there as well. So I have 1 bracket there, and then 1 bracket there, and then that's secured into the middle. I have countersunk the screws in as well. I think it looks pretty neat actually. Under here, if I just lift up this board, so what I'm going to do is put sort of about 1 centimetre deep or so, or maybe just a little bit more, just in each of the battens before I secure the top on. So I'll put it on that one, and then I'll be able to feed the wires through the middle. Then I will pop the ply down. That will fit flush to the edge. It has all been measured, so it fits all the way along, nice and square. And then what I'll do is I'll then pin down through the top and into the wood all the way along. And then, because I've only got 3 battens, I'll make sure that I mark out that in case of any like points and stuff. But because there's not too many in there, so it's like half, so it's about 4 foot. So each table is about 8 foot, maybe just a little bit longer. So it'll be 16 foot in total for the 2 main tables. And then at the end will be another 2 foot added on each end, and then a long table across the back there as well. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you a little close-up of it. Not too bad for my first attempt at making a frame. It's come out pretty neat. All the edges seem to sort of square up quite nicely and stuff. This board, it does sort of sit flat and stuff. Just a few of the edges. When I push it down, it does actually go completely flat. So yeah, it's not too bad at all really on there as well. So yeah, it is nice and square, nice and level, exactly what I wanted. Nothing like the old cardboard base that I used and bits of scrap for the back. So now this is actually like really level, sitting down absolutely fine. Got given this as a birthday present as well. So what I'm going to do is, I've named him Diesel. So he's going to be the station master dog. Diesel, the station master. So I'm going to put that plaque up on there. Just a little bit of fun. Just keep him up there, so I've turned him around so you're not looking at his backside all the time. And then I'll have my wall up here so you can see where my clock is and stuff. I've got a load of like photos and bits and pieces as well, so I'll get those up on the wall. So this is kind of the update for Monday. So this is where I'm at. I've just made 1 table so far. Still got another 5 more to go. So hopefully on the Wednesday during the live stream, I should have maybe 4 tables done at least ready for the Wednesday. Right, so thank you everyone for joining and watching. I hope you think that the baseboards look pretty decent. Just quickly before I go as well, I've got these L-shaped brackets. What I'm going to do is then just fix them into the floor as well, just to make sure that it doesn't wobble. I mean, it's pretty sturdy anyway, but just as an extra, I don't want anything to happen. You know, if the kids come up here or anything and just accidentally kick the legs, but you know, the legs are pretty solid on there. They're not going to go anywhere. I can't move or bend it, but just to secure it down, just to make sure. Yeah, I'm going to have the brackets in there as well. Right, enough of me waffling on again. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope you've enjoyed seeing the baseboards on there. It won't be long now until I can start putting some track down as well. There's a couple of strap lengths that I found. But I'm thinking even with the 2 foot boards and stuff, thinking of giving a bit of a scenic break by having 3 lines there, and then having, so where this is a raised section, and then I'll have another line with the option to go 2 line on the top as well, and then I've still got enough room down here for scenics and stuff like that. So yeah, anyway, thanks everyone for watching again, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye for now.